Good morning. We do not have school today, but we still wake up apparently. I got a new bed and it has this amazing ability to wake you up. And I just tested it out this morning. So anyways, here we are because guess what? It's very healthy for you to wake up at the same time every day. That's what I'm learning. But we're going to be making biscuits, and I'm making this from this guy that I follow on Facebook. His name is Drew Cooks. And I don't necessarily know if that's his last name, but the video and the biscuits looked amazing. So I'm going to do my own little, instead of using all-purpose flour, I'm just going to use my soft rice and flour. But they're called Butter Swim Biscuits. So I've got my oven preheating to 450 degrees, and I'm going to put a stick of butter in the bottom of this pan. He used a 8x8 baking dish. I'm just going to use this right here. I'm just going to ploop, as he says, my butter in there, and I'm going to stick it in my preheating oven to melt. Because these are Butter Swim biscuits, so they're going to go swimming in butter. But the thing is, the differences between them is the Butter Swim biscuits, they only get the buttermilk and the flour. You don't put any fat in them because they're literally swimming in fat. So let me get this together. It is cold here in North Carolina today. Let's see, it is 30 degrees outside. Got my little soft rice and flour. I'm going to use 2 cups of that. So what is the temperature where you're at? I know a lot of people have gotten snow already, like up in the Midwest and just the upper areas like Michigan. So that's 1 cup. And no, I usually sift my flour, but I'm not, or not sift it, but I usually like measure it. So it's just 2 cups. I'm using 2 cups of self-raising flour. But yeah, I'm curious to know where you're watching from and what the weather's like over there by you. And I cannot remember how much buttermilk he said to use, but I usually don't measure it anyways. I just eyeball it. And I need to get me a spoon. You have to let me know how the sound is because I'm trying to make sure that this sounds better, and I've got my ear pods in. So we're just going to make this into like, you want to stir it and add enough moisture to where it's just like a drop biscuit. Have you ever made a drop biscuit? It's not really like a ball of dough. It's not crumbly. It's just super easy. So this is going to need more. Okay. You know, I'll tell you a little story. When my twins, I have twins that are now in their 20s. And they were underweight because they were born a little bit early. They were on time, but they were, I couldn't eat that day because I was so full of baby. And so when I went in to have them, see, this is still a little too thick. So when I went in and I delivered these guys, they had to, their sugars were low, so they had to give them sugar water right away. And that made them hard for them to nurse because, you know, when you feed a baby a bottle. But anywho, so fast forward just a couple years. So this is looking good. You can just ploop that right out into the butter when it comes out. So anyhow, fast forward for these girls till they're like 2, and the doctor's saying they're thin and they're underweight, and they ate a lot. And she told me, she says, get them buttermilk. And keep in mind, I'm like 26 years old. Get buttermilk. Okay, well, I've never had buttermilk before, so I buy buttermilk, and I try to put it in their bottle and have them drink it, and they just hated it. So I didn't realize, because I'm not like from a southern, you know, area learning how to cook like that. Now I know, but hindsight's 20/20. My mom never used buttermilk. So I tried putting Karo syrup in it and vanilla and making it taste good, and I finally gave up. And it wasn't until now, which I'm 40, about to be 45, that, you know, following these people on social media, because social media wasn't a thing back then. We didn't watch videos like that to, you know, and we just realized or I'm just now realizing that I could have done so much more with buttermilk, because if you cook with it, it completely takes away that sour twang. It just gives this deep richness to your food. So now I use it in my pancakes. I use it for my breading when I bread, you know, eggplant to fry it up, and tomatoes even, and chicken even, because it just makes it so amazing. So my girls are healthy and thriving, and I'm thankful for that. Anyhow, that was a fun story. Let me get this pan and see where we're at with it. Okay, y'all, while I'm waiting for my butter to melt in the oven in my pan, I just wanted to come in and show you. You can see that I just got oil on this. But anyhow, it's super important for the health of your cutting boards is to oil them. And it's simple. I mean, after a while, you know, the instructions say to take off the seal coat of your cutting board, but that just happens naturally. And then you just rub this oil in. It's kind of like seasoning a cast iron pan. I don't know if any of you have ever known this or you do this. If you do, drop a comment below. Let me know what kind of oil you use. But it's super important for the health of your cutting board to make it last for your lifetime. And it'll just soak right in there, and you're just seasoning it. I never knew this before, so if this was a helpful tip, let me know. But I use this kind of oil. It's called Howard Cutting Board Oil. It's just food grade mineral oil enriched with vitamin E. So it's really great on bamboo as well. All these woods dry out. Let me know if that's a helpful tip. And so you let your cutting board soak for at least 20 minutes after you put your coats on, and then you wipe it dry. So we're gonna let that soak and check this biscuit butter. Oh yeah, that's done. So let me get my hot pads over here, and we can lay this down and do here, like this. So then you just take your biscuits that we've got here, and you're gonna make them go swimming in the butter. Me and my son's awake playing with Legos. So the trick is to not use any kind of fat in this, and you just then, because you're using all that butter in the bottom, I just want to get all this stuff out. Hang on. See all that? I don't want to waste any of that. Good biscuit. So I don't know if Drew Cooks has a YouTube or not, but I'm gonna look and see if I can tag him, because I thought that was incredible looking when he made these biscuits. All right, I think I got out all I could get out. And then he says just push it down. Ooh, that's hot, pan. Push it down into your butter and kind of make them go swimming in the butter. Can you see this? I feel like I need to get this spoon out. It's the first time for anything. What's the thing that you've tried lately that's new? I love trying new things. And like I said, today's Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day, you veterans out there. Thank you so much for your service. You are the reason that we are able to do things that we do now. So I guess, boom, that's just pretty much it. And then we're going to stick that in the oven for about, I think he says 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes. We're going to always start with a lower amount of time. Ziggy set a timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Oh, shoot.
Starting now.
He also did this. He also did this thing. Let me do this. I forgot. He used his little spatula, but he just cut these. Cut them before they go in, so, but they're not cutting very well. I think his batter was a little thicker than mine. So I'm just going to cut these as best as I can, and then I'll cut these bad boys when they come out if it don't work. And I'm just going to cut them in cornbread style, I reckon. since it is a round pan and he used a square pan, 8x8. All right, that's good enough for me. Fingers crossed. I'll let you know how they turn out, y'all. These look absolutely delicious, and I don't know if you can hear them sizzle. They just came out of the oven, and they are so amazing. Oh my gosh, let me see. You can kind of see the lines where I cut them. Oh. Hey, Jackson, do you want to try it? You want to be the guinea pig? Here, go ahead and grab one of the plates out of that pantry, one of the smaller ones. Oh, this is going to be hot. This is the biscuit. This is the bottom. That butter made it nice and crispy. But
how is it?
Very moist. Very good. Drew Cooks. Drew Cooks, thank you. This is a recipe to use. I want you to taste it and tell me what you think. Oh, that is good. I love how the butter makes it crunchy on the bottom. What do you think?
It's like, you bite into it, it's crunchy, then it's soft.
You gotta give these a try.
It's like so amazing.
So it was just 2 cups of flour, and I poured buttermilk in. I didn't measure it. It was like, just until it became kind of loose. It wasn't like a dough. And I had my oven preheating to 450 degrees. And I put the butter, a stick of butter in the bottom of, you can use an 8x8 square pan, but I used my 8-inch cast iron skillet. I let the butter melt in there. Then I brought my pan back out when my butter was melted and blooped my biscuit mix in there, kind of like a drop biscuit mix, if you've ever made a drop biscuits loose. And then I kind of tried to cut my pieces before I put it in the oven, and it really turned out amazing. And it ended up cooking for 20 minutes, so I put it in for 15 and it wasn't ready. Thank you, Drew Cooks. I hope you guys try this. Let me know if you do. If you like biscuits. Have a good day.